Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are joining in from. Welcome to this live stream. Welcome to this webinar. I'm Salma Jafri, going to be taking you through around the next 45 to 60 minutes with an amazing training lined up, all about how to use YouTube for your business and your brand. So, as we get started, I have actually scheduled this 5 minutes past the hour just so that we can all get settled in. And so, what I'd like you to do in the next 5 minutes is to just get comfortable, grab a notepad, pen and paper, your beverage of choice. I've got mine right here, having some black tea, and I've got my water here as well. So I'd encourage you to, do whatever you need to do. Make sure you turn distractions off. You can also turn notifications and stuff off on your phone because this is so value packed that if you can pay really close attention to every single thing and implement it right after this stream, that would be absolutely worth it. Hopefully I'm going to make this worth your time. So do say hi in the chat. I can see some people joining in. Hello, Stephen from Malaysia, Underband Films. Hey, how are you? Blossom Guide, can't wait. Me neither. International Mountain Connection. Woohoo! Thank you so much for being here. Bruno, very hot in central France. I can imagine the weather's actually improving here, so I'm kind of happy about that. Hi, Leona. How are you? Is that VA? Is that Virginia? Correct me if I'm correct. Correct me if I'm wrong. Hi, Claire. There you are. How are you? Farouk, hey, thank you so much for joining, everybody. So, Erica, yay! Thank you so much for joining. So, as I was saying, it's going to be a jam packed stream, lots and lots of information. What I'd love for you guys to do is put in the chat below what you're hoping to learn from today. What do you think is going to be the one thing you want to walk away with? What would be really meaningful for you in this live stream? So let's set our expectations up really high and hopefully I can meet those expectations. So yes, it is Virginia. Thank you so much, Leona. Hi, Self-Exclusive. Thank you so much for joining. Hello from Greece. Hi. From Stanislav Ravsky. Hey, hello. How are you? Ziad Ahmed. Hi, Ziad. John Sheehan. Hello from Massachusetts. Terrence, good morning. Good evening for me, but good morning to you. I am absolutely pumped about today's webinar. So I'm going to be taking you guys through about a 45-minute to I think maybe 60-minute, because we will keep some time for Q&A at the end. So I'd love to know in the chat, what do you hope to gain from today's webinar? Obviously, you're coming in with some expectations, and I would obviously like to match those expectations. So yes, Terrence, good morning. Self-Exclusive is saying, I really want to learn how I can build my brand. Absolutely. That is definitely something that I talk about a lot and that I'm going to be covering in today's stream. But Salah is saying, hi, Salma. Terrence is saying, joining in from Florida. Nice. So let's get started. So what I'm going to do is I am going to load up the presentation in just a couple of seconds as I'm going through your comments here. Hi, Robert. Great to see you. Blossom Guide is saying, I want to learn actionable insights on building my brand and YouTube channel. I love that you said actionable. For me, that's the key word, because theory is nice and it's all good to know, but you want practical information that you can actually go and implement. And hopefully that's what I'm going to deliver today. So I'm going to be sharing some really practical steps, something that you can go and practice and do as soon as this webinar ends. I'm also planning on making the slides for this webinar available to you guys. So, in case you don't want to watch the entire live stream all over again, or watch the replay, you can also just go through the slides and sort of remember what your notes were on each slide. Ziad is saying, I created a channel and I want to learn how to push out content faster and better. Excellent. That is a great goal to have. Claire is saying, from Penguin and Pear Dressmaking, I want to have a clear path for action moving forward. Absolutely clear, Claire. That is something that I like as well. When I know what the steps are and I just need to follow them, that is so much more doable than, coming at it from all angles. Michelle Edwards, hi. So you're coming in from Scotland. Wow, I've always wanted to visit Scotland. Thank you so much. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to switch over to the presentation, and I would love for you guys to take notes throughout this presentation, and let's make sure that everybody is going to be distraction free. So let's make sure that this is working. Okay, so the first thing that I want everyone to do is make sure that you have something to take notes with, because this is an actionable and very, very practical presentation. There's going to be lots of stuff that you can actually do right after this. There's also going to be, in terms of distractions, if you could shut off notifications and stuff, whatever you can do to make sure that you're in the zone, you're ready to learn, you're showing up, you're committed. So I'm going to bring my A game, and hopefully you guys are going to be bringing your A game as well. Okay, so let's start. So I am Salma Jaffrey, and of course, if you guys have been following me already, you would know who I am, but I am a YouTube certified coach and consultant. I am also the host of the Be the Media YouTube channel, which hopefully you are subscribed to. If not, let's change that right now and make sure you are. I'm also a channel partner for entrepreneurs, so I am syndicated there and create content for entrepreneur.com and its various entities, which is like a whole vast network. And I am also an international speaker. I'm headed to LA next month, in fact, to speak at Bit Summit. I have been speaking at video marketing and content marketing conferences pretty much in Europe and the US, and also in my native Pakistan as well. So that's been a really, really great time for me. And obviously I've been doing this for a while now. So that's all about me. All right, so I'm going to make you some promises as we get into this webinar, okay? So my first promise is I'm going to show you 3 practical steps of how I've grown my business and brand from 2017 to now. And the reason for that is because 2017 is when I really, really became serious about this journey, right? So these steps have helped me go from nobody, like literally, to earning a full-time income from YouTube. And the 3 steps that I'm going to show you are called visibility, credibility, and profitability. They have a nice ring to it, don't they? So hopefully they're going to be easy to remember, and it's something that you'll be able to implement for your brand as well. Okay, my next promise to you is that I'm going to share my exact script, my exact email script right at the end of this training of what you need to say via email to get clients and customers. This is a game changer exercise. I'm literally saving the best for last. So I want you guys to stay tuned all the way till the end of this broadcast, because I'm hoping that this is going to be something you're going to really, really love. Okay, my third promise to you is that I'm going to tell you where to go for more help if that's what you need right now. And I would love for you to type yes if you're okay with all of these promises that I've just made to you. They are something that I believe in. I believe in being actionable. I absolutely believe in being practical. And I absolutely believe in sharing strategies that have worked for me, because that has been the crux of my own YouTube channel. I always start by sharing things that are working for me. And so let's keep that up. So just type in yes in the chat if these promises make sense to you and you are okay with them all. I'm going to take a quick sip of my beverage of choice here, which is my tea, while you type those yeses to me, because let's get the commitment going. Awesome. I see a lot of great and yeses coming in. Leona, Underbond Films, Blossom Guide, Michelle, self-exclusive, Erica, Farouk. Yay. Awesome. Awesome. I still haven't taken my sip of tea, so just 1 second. All right, let's get the show on the road. So I want you guys to stop being a YouTuber. Now, what does that mean? So hang on while I make a quick cough here. That was a really quick sip of tea. All right, so stop being a YouTuber. What does that mean, and what's the connotation that I'm going for here? So when you typically think about using YouTube, or at least I'm going to think of it from my generation standpoint, right? We think of it as something that kids use or teenagers use or millennials use or whatever, demographic you've got going. And you've got all these stereotypical things that you think about YouTube, right? And let's see how we think about them. So a YouTuber to me is somebody who is obsessed with number of subscribers because they just want to amass followers. Like they don't really care who, what, where, or why, but they just want to amass lots and lots and lots and lots of followers. I don't know why. So they earn money by making videos go viral. Well, that's why. So they want to amass lots of followers so that they can earn money through AdSense, because AdSense is YouTube's advertising program, and that's going to pay them. And they think that if they're going to make a video that's going to get them a lot of views and subscribers, and they're going to make a lot of money. We're going to debunk that a little bit, but their goal is to be famous, right? So the typical YouTuber, when you read a news article and you say, more kids in the next generation want to be a YouTuber as a career profession, this is what it means to them. It means that they're going to get on video, they're going to create viral videos and going to earn lots of advertising money and get lots of sponsorships and be really, really famous. However, that's not what we're here for today, because there is a whole nother side to YouTube that is so much more powerful and so much more tuned into business users like us. So if you're a coach or a consultant, a solopreneur, an entrepreneur, a startup, a service-based business, any kind of business owner, then YouTube is really valuable for you as well, but not in the same way that it is for YouTubers, but this is how you want to use it. You want to build brand you. So instead of being obsessed with subscribers, you want to be obsessed with the quality of your subscribers. So what you're going for here is a targeted, relevant audience, not just any subscribers, but people who are likely to maybe work with you in the future, become advocates of your brand, support you in your journey, just good, like-minded people who are in it for the same reasons that you're in it, to get value and to give value. So brand you earns money by driving business results. So you want to make an impact, you want to bring value to your business, and you want to drive sales. So if you have a service-based business, maybe you want more clients, maybe you want more freelance work. If you are a product-based business, maybe you want more customers, maybe you want more sales. The goal is to be seen as the go-to expert in your field. So this is the key distinction, right? For the YouTuber, the goal is to just be famous and be written about in wherever, every magazine, every TV show. But for us, building a business brand, the goal is to become known for the one thing that our business stands for. So we want to be known as the expert in our field. We want to be credible, we want to be visible, and obviously we want to be profitable. So how do we do all of this? So what happens is that when you focus on building brand you, people come to you as opposed to you going to them, because people perceive you as the go-to expert and people want to pay you for your expertise. So notice how in all of these three statements, you are receiving the benefits of building your brand. As you build your brand, you are building an asset in yourself. You are investing in yourself. You are becoming the person who people want to go to. So you're not going to be working as hard as going to people, because people will be coming to you. And that's exactly what I've been doing with my brand. As I've been building my brand, this is exactly what I've been focused on. And as a result of building my brand, I have had partnerships with big publications and networks such as the Entrepreneur Network. They picked me. Yes, I filled out their application form with hundreds and hundreds of people, maybe thousands. The competition is really fierce out there. But when they saw that I'm credible, I have quality content, and my niche is targeted, and I'm focused on it, and I'm clearly talking about something with passion, then that is a clear indicator that, okay, yes, we want to partner with this person. So that's the kind of, brand coming to you. Then I got lots of speaking gigs as a result of my YouTube channel. So I went to Inbound, I'm going to Vid Summit, lots of other gigs in between. So, lots and lots of opportunities to get out there, get on stage, share my message, get to know more people, have more people know me. And then those opportunities lead to other bigger, more interesting opportunities. I've also been able to do brand sponsorships as a result of building my own brand. So brands that align with the same values as me. So I've been partnering with TubeBuddy, Wave Video, HubSpot, just to name a few. There are several more, but these are the ones that I've absolutely loved partnering with, and I'm still partnering with and working in some capacity with these amazing brands. I'm also on like podcast interviews such as Jay Baer's Content Pros podcast, which is one of the most highly regarded podcasts in the world of content marketing. So real big honor there. Would have never thought I would be on like a guest on that podcast, but here I am, little old me, sitting thousands of miles away, being interviewed by the top people in their industry, all as a result of building my own brand. And of course, I was able to launch a coaching program this year. I've renamed it to YouTube Intensive because that's what my clients said. It's a really intense program. And some of my clients are in the chat here today, so they will probably attest to that as well. But that was a result of being able to build my brand and work with amazing people. I'm also launching a course, which you'll hear about a little bit more later on. It's called the YouTube Launchpad, and that's coming up. And then I just wanna give you all of this so that you can decide what success with video is gonna look like for you, because success is a very subjective definition. Maybe you don't wanna speak on stage. Maybe you just wanna make more money, or maybe you just want some other kind of thing that success is gonna be for you. And so this is a question that I often ask inside my Facebook group, and I love the answers that come in, right? So everybody answers this differently, and here are it's just a sampling of some of the answers that come in. Being able to create educational videos that give people aha moments. I love this. More business. Well, that's clear. Clear, concise videos that generate leads. Yes, YouTube is amazing for generating leads. Right now, people signing up to a course I want to promote as an affiliate. Awesome. Affiliate marketing is one of the absolutely amazing ways to quickly get started with making money. Making enough money to quit my full-time job. So very aspirational kind of success metrics here as well. Being able to speak confidently on video and get viewers to complete an action. This is a very common one. People just want to be able to come across as confident and professional. Another success metric that you guys tell me is producing quality videos that engage my audience. Yes, engagement is super, super important. Driving traffic to my business. Yes, so important to be able to get people off the platform and come into your home, which is your website. I pride myself on my reputation for being genuine and helpful, so I want my videos to build on that and help my clients who prefer to learn and connect through video. Excellent. I would be excited if my energy could come through. I usually appear really uncomfortable. I love these. These are valid success metrics. Everyone is viewing success on YouTube and on video from their own lens. And hopefully we're going to meet all of these objectives in our training today. So are you ready? This is going to be big, and I'm starting right now. Type in the chat if you are. Just a big, bold yes as I take another sip of my chai. Awesome. So I can see lots and lots of comments here coming in. Lots of people saying yes. Awesome. Let's get started. Okay, so let's start with the 3-step process. So this is something you can literally write down, screenshot, however you want to remember it, but this is absolutely something that you kind of need to ingrain, right? So what YouTube is going to do is help you to build your visibility, your credibility, and your profitability, and these steps are fairly linear. So you've got to do one before the other. I just want to take a second to say thank you for all the yeses coming in. Ziad, Michelle, Watsala, Robert, Farouk. I see you guys. Yes, let's go. You guys are pumped. I love it. All right, so step number 1 is to show up. Step number 2 is to build your credibility, heart up. And step number 3 is profitability earn up. So let's get into each of these steps, and this is where the practical section of this training is beginning now. So step number 1 is to show up and get visible, increase your visibility factor. How do you do that? Well, you can't do that if nobody knows who you are, and you really can't do that if nobody can even find you, right? So nothing will happen if people can't even discover you. So the first step in visibility is to make sure people can discover you. And I know this firsthand because this screenshot is from 2009 when I was just getting started in the world of online business, and I typed in my name thinking that, oh, I wonder what's going to come up, and Google just put me in my place by saying, did you mean Salman Jafri? Because obviously Salma Jafri doesn't even exist here, right? And that's how bad it was. Like, I didn't even exist on the internet back in 2009. So it was awful. It was bad, right? So I was not visible. Nobody could even come to me for work because if they Googled me, they wouldn't ever be able to even find me. And fast forward 10 years, 2019, now my name is a search term. So if you search for Salma Jafri, 140 people search for my name every month, which is an honor. I am honored that that's even a thing. It's amazing. And not just that, but look at what the auto suggestions are, which is what Google is saying. These are the terms that people type in after your name or next to your name, right? So they type in Salma Jafri YouTube, totally on brand. Salma Jafri Wikipedia, oh, I wish. Salma Jafri Entrepreneur, excellent, again, totally on brand. Salma Jafri Media, perfect, that's the name of my channel. And Salma Jafri Facebook, perfect. So you can see that the result of building my brand has been that I've become findable, I've become found, I've become somebody that people can search for and discover. So that's really, really the first step. So how do you actually make yourself search worthy? Yes, worthy of showing up in searches. And this is where YouTube's power comes in, because it's so hard to rank content on Google. But if you go through YouTube, because Google owns YouTube, it gives it preference. So it's a lot easier to rank your content on YouTube and therefore on Google. And I've had several videos that have ranked on Google based on the strategy that I'm going to be telling you right now. So because Google is a search engine and because YouTube is a search engine, and because we are business owners, and our business is to solve our customers and clients' problems. So we're going to start with the problem. So your audience has a problem. They go to Google and they type in what their problem is. And ideally, you want your video to show up as the solution, right? So that is the linear format that we want people to do and discover our videos by. Now, how do you actually rank your videos? So I'm going to show you some examples from how my clients have been ranking their videos. And this is a very, very specific strategy that I'm sharing for the first time inside a large group. Like, I've never shared this publicly before, only inside my private coaching sessions. So I'm going to share with you my sweet spot strategy. Yep, scratch that spot. So we're going to get into where is the sweet spot for actually ranking your videos. And I will make a claim right up here that this strategy works every single time, guaranteed. Like, I stand behind it 100%. If you use this strategy, you'll be able to rank your video on the top spot of YouTube within the first 48 hours. Whether you stay there or not depends on your content. But using this strategy, you are going to get right up there. So let's talk about what the sweet spot strategy is. So this is a screenshot from one of my clients, Penny. Now, Penny was in my program and she wanted to make videos about career development and helping women in the workplace. And she was talking about topics that she wanted to, show women how workplace gossip is something that they need to embrace and learn from. So she had an alternate take on it. And Penny writes, "Holy guacamole, Salma, you are a genius. Look at these tag rankings from my first try." So in case you're not familiar with what this screenshot is showing, the green numbers are showing her ranking for certain keywords. So when she first made this video, workplace gossip was her was her focus keyword, and she was ranking for it on the top spot of YouTube, like on the number 3 spot, right? So how did she do that? And how can you do that? So let's dive a little bit deeper into what that looks like. So the first thing is that her first video was in the 3rd spot, just below 2 TED Talks. First of all, mind blown. How amazing is that? Like, if you can get under a TED Talk with 7,000 views and another one at almost, I don't know what that is, 680,000 something views, and you can rank your video on the number 3 spot there with like just a brand new channel, just a few videos up, and you're basically a nobody, right? At that point, you're feeling like, who's gonna watch my video, right? But this is the first step. Visibility. You want to make yourself search worthy. So you want to choose topics that have the potential to rank. And how do you do that? So this is the specific strategy with which you do that. Step number 1 is on the right hand side, you want to look for keyword terms that have a high amount of search volume. In this case, Workplace Gossip has 1,900 searches every single month. Now, you're not going to get all 1,900 people, but you're going to get a slice of the pie, right? So don't get like amazed that, oh, I'm going to get like 1,900 people coming to my video. No, you're going to be competing with other people, which is the second part of this equation. What is the competition? Who are the people that you're going to be competing with, and how many are there? So for that, I like to use TubeBuddy on the left-hand screen. And if you can see on the circled part of the screen, you're going to be competing with 41,000 videos, right? So, so Rodney, I see your comment. You're saying the video is a little blurry. Any way to focus it better? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you the slides. So if you can just follow along with my commentary here, and then hopefully once you get the slides, you'll be able to see the numbers a little bit more clearly. Does that work for you? I hope so. So just go with me here. So on the right hand side, Workplace Gossip is 1,900 searches a month. And on the left hand side, TubeBuddy is telling me that 41,000 videos exist on this particular keyword. I'm going to show you another example, and then this is going to start to make sense. So Robert, who's actually in the chat right now, hey Robert, is ranking, and this was his first video ever on an absolutely brand new channel, and this was made 3 months ago. And Robert wanted to make videos about how to write cover letters, but the term how to write a cover letter was extremely competitive, right? So there was very little chance that he'd be able to rank for this. So using the sweet spot strategy, Robert found a keyword which was called Dear Hiring Manager. Would you ever, in your wildest dreams, think of titling a cover letter video as Dear Hiring Manager? I don't think it's that obvious, right? So you have to do the keyword research here using the tools, which I'm going to tell you about in just a sec. One is TubeBuddy, and the other one is Keywords Everywhere. Don't worry, I'm gonna show you them properly in just a minute. So what Robert did was he found a keyword that he could actually rank for, versus just getting in the sea of competition and trying to compete against big words like how to make your resume or how to make your cover letter, which is obviously very competitive. So he went in with Dear Hiring Manager, which has 3,600 searches a month. So again, a really large search volume. And then what he did was he put in tags which were relevant to that, and you can see he's ranking for just about every single one of his tags. Robert, I'm clapping for you here, cheering for you here. Excellent work. So all of these tags he is ranking for. And how was he able to do that? So the search volume for Dear Hiring Manager is 3,600 searches a month, and the number of videos in search results on the left hand side, which is circled in pink, is again 41,300, right? So he's competing against 41,000 videos. Now here's the thing to remember. If he were to make a video on how to make a cover letter, he could be competing against millions of videos. Millions. Is that like a movie line? Millions. I feel like somebody says this in a really funny way, but I can't do it properly. So I'm just gonna go on with my presentation here. Okay, now I wanna give you one more example. This one is a fairly recent one. So a month ago, one of my clients, Joe, he's a barber. I mean, cannot get more niche than that. He is selling how to make a barber franchise and what are the startup costs for that. So he made a video on barbershop startup expenses, took the first spot ranking right away about a month ago. And then let's take a look at the data for this. So barbershop startup costs, let me go back. It was just 170 a month. See that circled on the top left corner? Search volume, 170 a month. And let's take a look at the competition. So it's only 15,000. That's why it was so easy for him to rank this video. But let's say if he had gone in with some term that was very competitive, such as how to set up a barbershop. Could not rank for that. So he had to choose a keyword like barbershop startup expenses, very specific, but very relevant to his target audience, because that's exactly what they're looking for. Remember, we're not going for a mass audience here. We're looking for targeted, relevant people who we want as our audience because we want to do business with them. And so he was able to rank this video right away. And it's been ranking for about a month now already. So good job, Joe. So the sweet spot strategy, if I were to write it as a formula, it is basically high search volume plus low competition. And that gives you the potential to rank. So now you're probably thinking, well, what is a high search volume and what is low competition exactly here? So I typically try and go for search volumes that are anything above 0. But if you can find keywords that are in the hundreds or in the thousands, and that's really, really good. But the other side to this equation is obviously low competition. And in this case, you saw that they were able to rank their videos because they were all under 50,000 in terms of the competition number. So Penny was 41,000, Roberts was 41,000, Joe's was just 15,000, right? So that's why they were able to rank their videos. So it depends on your channel. If you have a larger channel, then maybe you could compete with a higher number of videos in the competition sector, right? But if you have a small channel and you're just starting out, then aim to keep your competition number as low as possible, ideally under 100,000 videos that exist. But you're also looking at one more factor. You're looking at the quality of those videos. So if the first 10 search results for your keyword are really great videos or really recent videos, then the chances of ranking for that, the potential for that goes down. However, if the first 10 videos for that search term are poor videos, or maybe they were made a long time ago, or maybe they have outdated information and you can do it better, then the potential increases for you to rank. So what you need to do is find keywords. And this is the part where people get stuck because they're like, but I just want to make a video on what I want to make a video on. I don't care what the keyword or the search volume is. I don't care what the competition number is, right? And in the beginning, when you're just getting started, you've got to care. Because if you want to get visible, you have to find those gaps in the market. Because that is how you're going to slide in and get visible. And then once you are and you're ranking, then you can, do whatever you please, right? But in the beginning, there is a bit of a compromise and it is a little tough. And that's the part where most people trip up. And I do not want you, my audience, to trip up on that. Okay, so I use keywords everywhere to find search volume. It's a free Chrome plugin. You can install that. And I use TubeBuddy for the competition number. It's free for a certain number of keywords. And then they also have payment plans. So those are basically the two tools that I am using. And every single time you put in the formula and you make sure that search volume is a couple of hundreds or a couple of thousands at least, and competition number is under 100K if you're starting out, or under 50K if you are very, very new to all of this, then your video is going to rank on the top spot on YouTube for the first 48 hours. And then you can build up from there. But the first 48 hours is crucial to showing the algorithm that, hey, I'm here, I'm visible, I'm being found. And as you saw, if you make a really good video, as you saw in Robert's case, it's still ranking 3 months later, or in Joe's case, 1 month later. So what I would love to know, I'm going to go up here. By showing up in search, what you've done is you've positioned yourself as the expert in that topic. Because let's face it, when you're on the other end as a consumer, you're looking at YouTube or Google or whatever, and you type in a query, you're typically looking at the first page of search results. I mean, nobody really goes to the second page, right? So whoever is showing up on the first page has positioned themselves as an expert. And you're looking at them like that. You're like, okay, let me click on one of these links. So as soon as you start to show up in search, you have already put that perception out there that you are the expert in that topic. So I would love to know at this point, what is your biggest takeaway so far from the first section, which is visibility? What is something that you learned today on this topic that perhaps you either weren't clear about or you didn't know anything about? Let me know in the comments what that was. I'm really, really curious to know if this was something that was valuable to you, if this was something that was interesting, what was going on, right? So let me know. Okay, so Farouk is saying, but if I choose an unconventional keyword, chances of them being searched are also very low. Not necessarily. In Robert's case, for example, if you saw Dear Hiring Manager, 3,600 searches, right? That's not low at all. So you just need to find those keywords. They're everywhere. Once you start, I think one of my clients said this, that it's a rabbit hole. Once you start, so many start to come up and your eyes are opened like, wow, this is how people are searching. And I think that's what's interesting about keyword strategy, is that it's not what we think we know. Like, we think that this is the way somebody would search, or we think that this is how you would describe a topic. But in reality, the data might be saying something completely different. And that's what I find valuable, that the data gives me these insights to see how are people actually searching for this? What are they typing in? For example, one of my videos that I wanted to make was, which I did make, was I wanted to title it How to Find Your Niche. But unfortunately, it was just way too competitive for me. There were a lot of big players already ranking in the first top 10 results. And I was like, okay, I can't rank for this right now. So I chose another keyword, which was best YouTube niches. It's similar, but with a slight alteration of strategy. That video is one of my top performers in the last month. So you can, and you absolutely will be able to find those keywords. Okay, so I'm looking at your comments here. Underbound Films is saying, I still have a chance. Yay, yes you do. Yeah, that's what and I love your comment, because this is exactly what YouTube does. It levels the playing field for people starting, right? If you can find the gaps and make videos, you can absolutely rank on the top spot. Like, you can do that, and it doesn't matter how big the other players are in the market already. It's all about choosing the right topics, about finding the right keywords, using the sweet spot strategy. That's really what it is. It might sound like it's a lot of work, but it is so worth it, and you can so get in there. Okay, what Sala is saying, long tail keywords work for videos as well as blog posts. Absolutely, absolutely. Great takeaway. OC Song, the soul singer, is saying yes, keywords and TubeBuddy together is good. Leona is saying, so the keyword should be used in the title. Absolutely. So you want to use the keyword in the title, in your tags, and in your description. Everywhere where YouTube is looking for information about your video. Blossom Guide is saying, takeaway is that valuable keyword tools and making those sacrifices in the beginning. Yes, yes, I'm so glad that's your takeaway. Tamara is saying yes, high value. Okay, let me see what else. So far I'm getting to look for specific keywords. Yes, self-exclusive, exactly. Olga is saying, I've been watching your YouTube videos for a few months and I know this much already. All the other people should watch all your YouTube videos. Yes, I've never described this strategy in this particular way before, and I wanted to break it down and sort of give you actual numbers. So you want to try and aim for hundreds or thousands in the search volume at least, and you want to aim for under 100,000 in the competition. And that's something that I've never actually shared before. So yeah. John Sheehan is saying, with the search pool, if the top videos are older, there is still a chance to rank. Absolutely, John. Correct. Robert, in addition to the sweet spot, looking at the top 10 videos for that term is a great suggestion. International Mountain Connection. I didn't get it before, although I know I've heard you talk about TubeBuddy before. Yes, I know sometimes it takes a while to wrap your head around this, which is why I'm glad you're here and I'm glad that you're getting it this time around. So perfect. Okay, so let's go on to point number 2, which is credibility. So how do you, once you have made these videos and you're starting to rank for them, the next thing is that people are going to start watching your videos, right? Taking a sip here. Wait, I just want to answer these last couple of questions that have come in. Soul Singer saying, will it work if it's not in the title? It might, but the higher chances are that it will not work if it's not in the title. You absolutely want to put that in your title because that's one of the first things that YouTube looks at. Fiona is saying, I think that not many search for my topic, but neither is the competition great. I teach the art of cabaret singing and how to put a show together. So Fiona, what I would recommend, and this is something a lot of my clients initially say, well, then I don't know what keyword to choose, right? Because like nobody's searching for this or the competition is really low. So what you want to do is you want to look at your competition on YouTube specifically. You want to see that, okay, if it's a topic that you want to create a video on, what actually comes up for that topic. See the videos that are actually ranking for that topic and see how they've titled their videos. See what they're actually talking about inside the content. And that might give you some ideas of how you can do the same, or you can do one better, like one up them. Right? So that's a strategy which we can get into when you actually look at your competition. I do this all the time. I look at what people in my niche are creating and how they're creating it and how they're ranking for it. So it's a good idea to study the videos that are already ranking to get some good ideas. Also look in the comments section of those videos for what more people are asking for. That's how I got an idea to make one of my videos, which was about how to read a script naturally, because I was in the comment section of a video which was how to write a script, and everyone was asking, well, I've written it, but how do I actually read it on screen? Like, do I use a teleprompter? How do I memorize it? All of that. So you can get some great ideas that way. So I hope that answers your question. Okay, so step 2 is to build up your credibility, get people, now that they know you, let's get people to like you and trust you. So how do you do that? So I'm going to teach you 2 ways. The first one is you want to build a connection with your audience, and you want to do it consistently. Okay, how do you do this? So to build a connection with your audience, the number one thing that may be happening right now, which is not building a connection with your audience, is that you're talking to your audience as a group. What often happens is we're looking in the camera and we imagine a sea of people, or we imagine, like we have a big audience watching us, and we often tend to use plurals. Like we say, hey guys, hi everybody, how are you all doing? Thanks for watching my video. And we use terminology like that, or we might use plurals like, hey business owners, what's cooking today, or whatever it is. And the other thing that you might not be doing is looking at the lens. So there's a common fallacy that you need to stare at the lens at all times. And I want to sort of debunk that. That is not actually how you connect with your audience. Yes, looking at the lens is important, but you don't need to stare at it for the entire duration of your video. So what do you need to actually do? So to connect, you need to talk to one person only, use singular words and look straight at them, but also look deliberately away. So the key word is deliberately here. So let me explain these 3 points real quick. So talking to one person. So I know that a lot of people, they get on camera and they imagine like an avatar or a person that they want to talk to, and it's still forced because you don't know that person. You're like, okay, my customer avatar is Ben, and you're like, okay, well, imagining Ben, and you're talking to Ben, right? And then what happens is you still become very conscious because Ben is another person. He's going to judge you. He's going to view you. So my trick for doing that is talking to myself. So I love talking to myself, right? And if that works for you, crazy person alert here, right? If that works for you, do that. So when I'm talking to myself, I'm the most comfortable, the most conversational. Let's say you're not comfortable talking to yourself. Pick somebody who you are the most conversational with. Maybe it's your spouse. Maybe it's your brother or your sister. Maybe it's your daughter or your son. Maybe it's your parent. Maybe it's your cousin, maybe it's your friend, your best friend, maybe it's somebody you work with, maybe it's your colleague, maybe it's somebody you see every day. Choose that one person, and then here's the game changer. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to turn on the camera and actually say hi to that person, like as though they just walked into the room. So if I were to make up a person right now, let me choose somebody from the chat, right? So Fiona, okay? So let's say Fiona just walked into the room, right? Hey Fiona, how are you doing? Yeah, it's really hot here today. Yeah, I'm so glad that you're here. Let's get into this YouTube chat thing today. I just want to talk about like what kind of keyword strategy to use today. So I'm just going to tell you what I'm using, and then we'll just go from there, and you can tell me if that works for you. Okay, cool? So you see how that was? It was just me talking directly to Fiona, right? So I just imagined her walking into the room. I'm greeting her, maybe shaking her hand. Maybe we're sitting down over a cup of coffee or tea or whatever, and just talk. You can always edit that part out, or you can just use it for practice. Practice talking to one person only. Like actually start your videos talking to that one person. And I have seen over and over again how amazing it is for my clients when they actually go through this exercise, when I make them do it and I actually grade them out of 10. Like, okay, this was like 6 out of 10. You can do better than that. And then they become more conversational and more relaxed and their shoulders drop. And the other strategy is to use singular words. So you never want to greet people in the plural, because when somebody's watching your video, they're typically watching alone. And we forget that. We forget that people are alone on their devices. It's just one person sitting on their laptop, or one person holding their phone in their hand and watching you, or maybe on TV or whatever device they're watching you on, but it's typically that they're watching alone. And so we want to greet that one person. That's going to build that connection with them and develop your credibility with them. And the third point about looking straight at them, but also looking deliberately away. So when I say straight at them, look at the lens, but don't get shifty-eyed. Like don't pretend like you're reading your notes and then like pretend like you're looking at the camera when you're actually reading your notes. Don't do that. So what you want to do is you want to read your notes and then be like, okay, now I'm going to look at the camera, shift direction, speak to the camera, and then deliberately look away like we do in regular conversation. If you ever watch a video of two people in conversation, they look up, they look down, they blink, they shift their eyes around, they close their eyes, in fact, even. Don't be afraid to move. Move with your eyes, move your face, move your neck, move your hands, move every part of you until you get comfortable with this part of camera confidence, because then you're going to start to get comments like, you're so natural on camera. You relate so well on camera. You come across exactly the same way on camera as you are in real life. Right? And that is your aim. Your aim is to look less awkward. And these are the tips that I use, my clients use, to get more comfortable on camera and to be able to connect with just one person. Even though your aim is eventually to connect with many, but start with connecting with just one person. Address that person by name, and you can edit that out or just get comfortable talking that way. Use it for practice. And that's going to help you to get so much more conversational. You'll drop the jargons, you'll drop the fancy language, and you'll just talk, just regular talk. The other thing that you want to do is think of confidence as a skill that comes with practice. So Mel Robbins, if you're familiar with her, she's an American TV personality, motivational speaker. And then she says something which I really, really appreciate and follow, is that confidence is a skill because anyone can learn it. You're not born with it. It's not natural. Not everybody, it's not true that you either have it or you don't. Anybody can learn confidence, and the way to learn confidence is just through practice. So all you need to do is tell yourself that the more videos I make, the better I'm going to get, the more conversational I'm going to get. The more videos I make, the more practice I get in, the better this is going to get. Okay, so I talked about connecting with your audience. Now let's talk about doing it consistently, because I know that's a huge, huge problem for a lot of people, and consistency is often the place where you get stuck, right? So first of all, let's substitute consistency with priorities. So as you can see from this graph, from 2009 to about the end of 2016, video making was not a priority for me. Let's just be honest. I was putting in random content out whenever I felt like it, whenever the muse or the inspiration struck, and I was like, okay, let's just do this. I'm feeling it today. And as you can see, it's flatlining, right? I'm getting wishy-washy results because my intention was not set and my priority was not there. And then in 2017, January 2017, I implemented what I call my video content plan. I actually made a plan. I sat down, I wrote topics, I scheduled things out, I decided how I'm going to shoot, what I'm going to wear, what I'm going to talk about. I wrote a script, everything. I got intentional with it. And so that became the game changer, right? It became a game changer. And as you can see from my graph, my channel started to take off as soon as I started to make video making a priority for me. So I think that a lot of us, when we say, consistency is so hard, just ask yourself really honestly, is it a priority for you right now? Or are you being like, no, I can run my business without doing this? Well, then it's not a priority, and it's good to just be honest about that, right? So once you decide it is your priority, I want to show you something, what happens. So the YouTube algorithm rewards consistency. And before we get to the YouTube algorithm, you are rewarded through consistent video creation because obviously you're getting better, right? Your audience is rewarded because they're able to build trust in you, right? So consistency breeds trust. But the YouTube algorithm also rewards consistency. And in this diagram, what you can see is every time I make a video, the views go up. So those little peaks that you see, they go up. Then if I don't make a video, an interesting thing happens. Like if I don't make a video on schedule. So the views start to go up, kind of, sort of, which is that pink arrow there on the left-hand side of the oval. The views start to go up, and then YouTube realizes, uh-oh, she's not put a video up this Tuesday like I normally put. So I have a schedule every Tuesday, 9 a.m. EST, the video goes live, right? So if I don't, what happens is the algorithm was expecting a video and it was sending more traffic to me. It was recommending my channel more. It was directing more views to my channel, right? And when I don't do that, it just flatlined and went right back down. So consistency is conditioning the algorithm to expect your videos and reward you with a higher view count as well for that video. And learning this was a game changer for me because I was like, oh, well, so it's not just about me and my audience. I'm not just building trust with the people watching. The algorithm is watching as well. It's literally recording. Okay, it's time for her to make a video today. Let's send more traffic her way. So it's literally saying that she didn't make a video, so we can't send all this traffic to her. Too bad. So that's another really cool way of looking at consistency, that you're rewarded with the practice. Your audience is rewarded with your consistent video creation and sharing and being helpful on a regular basis. And the algorithm rewards consistency by giving you more views and a higher recommendation signal as well. So to get consistent, first get clear on your priorities and make a production schedule. So many times I see that people make a social media schedule. They're like, okay, we're gonna put our video out, or they make, what I meant to say was they make a publishing schedule. They say that I'm gonna put a video out, let's say every Monday, and they're like, okay, Sunday night rolls around and they do not have a video ready. So what you need to counteract that with is to make an actual production schedule. So a production schedule is where you actually calendar block time to make content. So you're like, okay, I'm going to set aside an hour to decide my topics. I'm going to set aside half an hour to write my scripts. I'm going to set aside 4 hours to actually record and edit, let's say. And I'm going to set aside 1 hour to distribute my videos. All of this, where's all of this time going to come from? It's not just going to come from somewhere, right? You have to actually put that on your calendar. You have to actually make that production schedule in order to get consistent. But you cannot make that schedule if your priorities are not there. So you need both these things. Get clear on, are you even willing to put in the work? Is video making even a priority for you? And if it is, then make a production schedule. Okay, get that going on your calendar. When you build credibility with your audience, you become the first person they think of when they want someone to work with. That's how it works. You become front of mind, you become somebody memorable, you become somebody who is associated with specific things, with a specific niche. So when you build that credibility and you're consistent with your content creation, when they want to work with somebody, they're going to think of you. So I would love to know, what was your biggest takeaway from point 2 as we get into the climax of this presentation, which is going to be really, really amazing. So that's coming up. But before we go there, what was your biggest takeaway so far? And I can already see that Mighty Atama's biggest takeaway was the algorithm is watching. Yes, absolutely. Anna is saying, I have my ideal client, name, background, etc. And then in my content creation, I am talking to that ideal client. So Anna, I want you to go one step further, right? So instead of talking to a client, try talking to a friend and record both those practice sessions, let's say, and see if there's a difference between how you come across when you think you're talking to a client and how you come across when you are talking to somebody you're really, really familiar with. Just have them sit across the room from you if possible, and just open up your camera and talk to them and record yourself. And if you see a difference, then let me know. John is saying credibility, top of mind, and schedule production or it doesn't get done is his biggest takeaway. Absolutely, John. Blossom is saying consistency and consistency algorithm. Yes. Self-exclusive is saying I need to be more consistent, which honestly I have not. Well, that's the thing. You need to be honest with yourself. If you haven't been, that's fine. Just own it. Say it's not my priority right now. I'm not there right now. Which, for example, I wasn't there until 2017. Right? You need to own that. And then when you do get consistent, you own that as well. So Leona's saying, when I started producing videos on schedule, my views increased immediately. There you go. Anna's saying priorities, not consistency. Got it. Yes, Anna. Jackie, schedule it, get it on the calendar. Stouty Mom, the algorithm is our most loyal viewer. Oh, I love that take on it. Really great way to put that. Ziad is saying, my biggest takeaway was to make a production schedule because I never post enough or on time. Absolutely. Robert, takeaway, talking to a friend. Absolutely, Robert, such a game changer. Farouk, consistency is king. Stephen, be disciplined like Selma. So Stephen, I would recommend reading the book Turning Pro by your namesake, Stephen Pressfield. That was the book that changed my perception about discipline and helped me to turn professional, like as the book says, Turning Pro. So that's my recommendation. Michelle, loved your graph of YouTube rewarding consistency. So clear. Awesome. I'm so glad that was helpful. I need to get organized to help me make this a priority and get videos done. Yes, Salma, I got it about the client versus friend. Absolutely. AM Kosha, will talk about that in another upcoming video, just not for this particular webinar, but valid comment anyways. So let's get to point number 3. So let's get to the moolah, right? The income, the money. How do you actually make money from your YouTube videos? So what I'm going to show you in this section is just one of the techniques. There are lots and lots and lots of ways and methods that you can do this, right? But I'm going to show you one technique, one specific email script that actually gets me clients. And then I'm going to show you how to use that script, and you can modify it and customize it and start using it today. So if you want to go and start right now, you can do that. Okay, and I also want to put this out there that as we get into this is probably one of the ways to earn the most money from YouTube. So earlier on, I talked about being a YouTuber and earning money through AdSense. So AdSense revenues are not in your control. They're controlled by advertisers. And if YouTube one day decides to shut down your channel or demonetize your videos or never even give you monetization privileges, well, that's the end of that, right? And so there are a couple of other ways to earn money, but what I'm going to focus on is earning money by promoting your business. So whatever your actual business is, or you want your business to be, so even if you don't have a business right now, this is still going to be relevant for you. And if you already have a running business or you have some kind of products or services that you're offering, then this is going to be valuable for you as well. Okay, so the thing to do is to get people off YouTube. Now, it sounds weird to say this, but actually, one of the best ways to use YouTube is a platform to attract people who are going to do business with you, but you cannot make them do business with you on YouTube itself. And this is something that I learned from somebody wiser than me, and he said to me that, Salma, give in public, ask in private, right? I'm going to repeat that. Give in public, ask in private. So what does that mean? It means when you're on your YouTube channel, when you're creating content for free, you're giving, right? You're giving away value and information, and you're giving away your expertise, and you're giving away all the things that you know, and you're inspiring people and sharing all your knowledge, right? When it comes to asking, don't ask in public, right? Ask people in private. So private is email. Email is one of the most private mediums out there right now. Everyone is very protective of their email, right? And they're in their inbox, and they're responding and dealing with mail on a very personal basis. So that's where you want to make your ask. Now, how do you do that? So here's how. One of the biggest ways is that I don't rely on YouTube for income, right? So I just use it to build my audience. There's a huge difference between relying on YouTube for income and just using it as a platform, just using it to show people that I'm here, this is what I do, and I'm giving constantly. So that's what you want to do on YouTube in public. So what do you do in private? So I call this the freebie funnel. So when people have watched your YouTube video, you want to ask them to download your freebie, right? And when they do that, they get on your email list. So let me give you some examples of how this works in practicality. Let's say your YouTube video is about how to start your day right. So your freebie could be breakfast recipes, 5 simple breakfast recipes. So it's tied in to starting your day right. Could be yoga routines, whatever you're talking about in your video. If your video is about tips for managing your personal finance, then maybe your freebie could be a quick start guide to savings, just how to open a savings account and maintain it. Right? That's something relevant to somebody interested in personal finance. So if your video is about, let's say, meditation in the workplace, your freebie could be 20 affirmations to practice at work, right? Now, what happens is that most people get stuck on this, and they're like, I don't know how to create a freebie. I don't know, how to work email software and all of that. So let me show you something really simple. What is a freebie here, really? A freebie is when you ask yourself, what's the natural next step? Okay, that's your freebie. So you've made this video. What do people need to know next? So instead of making another video showing them what they need to know next, put that information in a downloadable context for them. It's as simple as that. So whatever you're making a video about, whatever your topic is, whatever you have going on in public, make sure that you can ask something for them to do in private, and you can tell them, hey, download this and let's get on email together, right? And that is where the real fun starts. Yes, I called it fun. Email marketing is fun. And I have to tell you this, that up until last year or so, like as recently as last year, I did not think it was fun until I learned how to work it and until I got comfortable with it. And I'm not talking any kind of sleazy or salesy or spammy tactics here at all. What I'm going to be talking about is so natural. It is so flowy that it's going to just come naturally. So what I'm going to share now is what happens next. So you've done your freebie, you've done your YouTube video, you've got, let's say, 20 people on your list. Now you might think, 20 people? Poof, that's nothing. I can't get started by selling anything to 20 people. That's not enough. I need like 1,000 people, like all the gurus tell you, right? You need to build your email list. 1,000 people, that's like the bare minimum where it will even be viewed as something valuable. And what people forget is that these 20 people are the first 20 people to believe in you. They're the first 20 people to say, you know what? I want more of what you've got. I want more. Give me more. I'm willing to trade my email address. I am willing to do that. Give me some more. You gave me something interesting in your YouTube video, and I want more from you. And when somebody says that, it is so powerful, right? So what do you do next? And it's not a complicated email sales funnel like you've probably heard everywhere else. And I mean, you could do a sales funnel and you could get all complicated and automated with it, but that's not what I'm going to show you in this particular webinar. Okay, I'm not going to show you anything that's complicated to do at all. I'm not going to show you any kind of special skills. I'm not going to show you any kind of technical thing that you need to learn at all. This is very, very straightforward stuff, and anybody can do this. Okay, introducing the 9-word email. Now, disclaimer, I didn't invent this. I don't take credit for it, but I absolutely use it and it works like a charm every single time. So what is the 9-word email? So the way it works is that when you get those 20 people on your email list, or 1 person or 10 person or 100, whatever the number is, right? Now, you want to send them a 9-word email, right? So you send them a welcome message, right? Thank you for subscribing. Here's the download, all of that stuff. And then maybe you're sending them YouTube videos like I do. I send them a weekly video every single week when I create a new video. And then how do you actually take the email subscribers that you have, which is right now just a number, and convert that into actual people who want to work with you, right? How do you do that? So I like to do that. One of my tactics is to do that through the 9-word email. There are lots and lots of other scripts to do this, but I'm only going to share this one here today with you. It's really powerful. So what is the 9-word email? So it's invented by Dean Jackson. He made this particular email, and it goes something like this. The 9-word email is basically an email that doesn't have anything on it except the 9-word or less question that you have designed to engage your potential client into a dialogue. Okay, your potential client into a dialogue. So right up front, the 9-word email is about establishing a conversation, a dialogue. It's not about selling. Okay, here's some examples. Are you still looking for a house in Georgetown? Are you still interested in learning jujitsu? Are you still interested in going to Israel? Are you still running a Facebook ad? The premise of this question is that you know that at one point, this person wanted something that you are offering. Maybe a product, maybe a book that helps them solve a problem, maybe something else that you've created. But what happens is that people forget what they signed up for. People forget what your offer is. People forget that they can work with you. So when you send them this 9-word email, and I mean, he says 9 words, but really it could be 6 words or 12 words too, right? It's the essence of it that's really important. So let me show you one of my 9-word emails. So are you guys ready? So I'm going to share an actual script with you that converts into actual people who want to work with me. Okay, so let's go. So 9-word email in action. This is going to be a real example from a real client, and every single time I have used this strategy, it has worked without fail to get me clients. That's how powerful it is. And I've used it maybe I think 5 times this year or so, and every single time it has worked, which is why I'm sharing it with you today. So this is an actual email. So below is my email, and on top of the response. So my email is, "Hi Mark, I was just wondering, are you still interested in growing your YouTube channel?" Now, if you guys are on my email list, you might have received this email. Like, you actually might have received it, right? So what is so powerful about this? And I'm saying, I was just wondering, now my 9 words start from there. Are you still interested in growing your YouTube channel? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, that's the essence. I could do away with the rest of it. Like, "Hi, Mark, I was just wondering." I could just not have that, but I chose to put that in. So the essence is those 9 words. Are you still interested in growing your YouTube channel? So the way that you're going to do it is, "Hi, whoever you're addressing, are you still interested in," and then put the main benefit of what your offer is. So let's say you're offering people to get a job, right? So you're saying, "Are you still interested in finding a better job?" Or let's say you want them to get healthy through your yoga routine. So you're like, "Hey, are you still interested in getting fit with yoga?" Right? So you're going to input whatever the benefit that you are offering, that your business is offering here. And so it's really, really simple. Some people are going to say no. Other people are going to say not right now. Some people are going to say maybe. But then some people like Mark here, are going to say, yep, simple, one word answer, yep. Okay, and then what happens? So once somebody said yes to your 9-word email, what do you do next? And here's where it gets interesting. So I wrote back, I said, perfect. Are you an online entrepreneur? Can you link me to your website or your YouTube channel? And Mark sends me a link to his YouTube channel. And I say, thanks, Mark. Great niche you're in. Lots of potential there. I watched the video on passive aggressive behavior, blah, 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 blah. And Mark said, that was a remake of an older video. Watch Why Marriages Fail. That is more recent and a better job of creation. Here's the link. And he sends me the link to his latest video that he is obviously very proud of. And I say, thank you for sharing the link, Mark. Much better video for sure. It just needs to be better optimized for YouTube. And then I go on and give him a couple of tips on how to optimize the video better for YouTube. And Mark says, awesome, thanks. I love your channel. What do you charge? So let me break this down for you. So what happens when you send out an email script like this is, that's the first step. You send out that email, and that is the one that starts off the conversation. So you are not selling. You are engaging and you are conversing. And if I can make this into an adjective, you are dialoguing, right? You are just talking. So I'm just like literally talking to Mark here like I would to a friend on email, like back and forth. We're like literally one word, one line answers here, right? So there is nothing salesy about this at all in the least. And a lot of you are saying in the chat that you received that email from me, right? And some of you saw that and you were intrigued and you answered it. And other people who are not ready right now didn't answer it, which is perfectly fine. So the intent here is to start a conversation with your email subscribers. If you have 20 email subscribers, that is actually really good because you can do this with all 20 on a really custom personalized basis, and they are so going to appreciate you. I cannot tell you the number of emails I got back in response saying, Salma, is that really you? Like they couldn't believe that I just sent them an email. So the first one is sent out to everybody on your list, but the next one is obviously a personal reply. And that is the beauty of this strategy. No automation going on here. You're not mass marketing. You're actually treating your email subscribers like regular people. Like you're actually talking to somebody and, getting to know what their needs are. So in this case, when Mark sent me his videos, I took a look at them. I gave him some advice on that. He clearly saw value in my advice. And you can see that we're just chatting about his YouTube channel. Nowhere in this have I even said that I'm selling anything, right? I've just said that here's how you can better optimize your channel. But because I built that credibility in step 2, and because I built that visibility in step 1, he found my videos, he watched my videos, he says, I love your channel, so he's clearly watching my videos, right? And he got on my email list because I gave him a freebie, right? And that freebie was probably one of my, I don't know, I think it was my book or something, or my masterclass or whatever it was, right? And so this is how simple getting customers and clients from YouTube really can be. And so what happens? So if you can see the dates on this is April 10th, April 10th, 10th, 10th. Then we go on to April 11th. And then on April 13th, welcome to the program, Mark. He's like, what are your charges? And I said, well, I have this program and would you like to join? I'm taking a few people through it. And I gave him all the details. And 3 days later, he's a client. So 3 days of just back and forth emailing and showing an interest in somebody and showing people who you are, how you can help them, taking personal interest in their problem and not talking about yourself. Because you don't need to talk about yourself because you've already built your credibility and your visibility, right? You've already done the first 2 steps. So in the third step, you don't need to push, you don't need to sell, you don't need to prove anything at all because they already think you have value to give. So it's as simple as that. And so I welcomed Mark into the program, and that was that. And if you're thinking that you don't have anything to sell yet, well, when I first started to get people on email, I didn't have anything to sell either. And that didn't really stop me, because if you don't have anything to sell yet, that's absolutely fine, because now you can focus on building up your audience and staying in touch with them over email. And then the other benefit of that is that you can actually let your audience show you what they need and then make that product, as opposed to putting out a product or a course or a service or a digital product or any kind of thing out there and then hoping somebody's going to buy it, right? So you can actually get people on email, have these conversations with them, and then talk to them about what their needs are, and then put that program together. So the first people that I worked with on my YouTube program actually were the people who told me what they wanted. They said, okay, this is where we're stuck. This is what we need. And then I created that program based on the feedback that I got from them. So you don't need to rely on YouTube for an income, but you should definitely use the platform to build your brand and keep full control of your earnings potential. This is important because YouTube is a third-party platform. You don't own it, you don't control it, and you are not in charge of it. Tomorrow, you're like, for example, what happened with me in Pakistan, YouTube was banned, right? Or something that could happen with you. Your channel, is just not shown anymore or gets demonetized, or a million things could happen. So you don't want to rely on YouTube. You want to rely on it to build your platform. And then for an income, make sure you are getting people on your email list. And when you're ready, you can always monetize that email list through one of the processes that I just showed you. So I would love to know now what your biggest takeaway from step 3 was. So I'm jumping in the chat here and getting my chai. Oh, I'm almost done with my chai. Blossom is saying, does the 9-word email work for subscribers who've already received 2 marketing emails? So give it a bit, like give it a week or so, and then send the 9-word email and see what happens. So you don't want to do back-to-back, like just, every single day. Give it a break of a week and then try it. Harley is saying, by using this technique, you can get it directly from YouTube. Jackie, wow, I love this, Salma. Thank you, Jackie. Julie, that's awesome. I love this tip. I'm so happy you liked it. Bruno, Mark was faster than me. Yes, he was. Thanks, Harley, but not sure what technique you're referring to. Okay, obviously you guys are chatting amongst yourself as well. So let me scroll up a little bit and see. Okay, cool. Olga is saying, by the way, some freebies work better than others. I've created 3 freebies and one performed 10 times better than others. It's all about testing, right? It's all about testing. Don't be afraid to create more than one. I have 11. I have 11 freebies, and I get to cycle through them depending on what's more appropriate to promote at that particular time and according to that particular video. So yeah, absolutely go for it. So Olga is saying 9-word email is the biggest takeaway for me. Self-exclusive is saying using YouTube just to build up my brand. Leona is saying this is a great tip. I have a freebie ready. Excellent. International Mountain Connection is saying 9-word email. Excellent. I hate feeling salesy. This is authentic and is exactly the way I want to go. Thank you. I am so happy that this resonated with you guys. Mighty Atoma is saying great strategy, understanding your target audience. Absolutely. Absolutely, guys. So I made a promise to you right at the beginning of this webinar, and I said that I'm going to tell you where to go for more help if you need it, and a lot of you typed yes. So if you're interested, I have just put together a YouTube course, and I'm calling it the YouTube Launchpad, and hopefully the name is going to be very, very demonstrative of what it actually is. It's about building up your business. It's a very foundational course on YouTube. Skyrocket your business with the power of YouTube. So what's inside? So I fully break down my sweet spot strategy, and I show you how you can use it to get #1 rankings every single time, guaranteed. Like, I'm actually standing behind this guarantee, right? 100%, right? Oh wow, Erica, that is amazing. Welcome. Thank you so much. It is on a big discount right now, so I hope you got that. The other thing that's inside this course is raw, unedited footage of how I shoot a video and I talk to the camera. Goof ups and all, you'll see all my tips on keeping your audience engaged throughout your video, because obviously there's a lot more than I shared here. So I go into detail with scripting and camera confidence and how you can, frame your shot and how you can talk to the camera and how it can be one person. So all of that is inside the course. So the visibility aspect in detail, the credibility aspect in detail, and then of course, I also share how to create a lead magnet in 30 minutes that will bring you email signups immediately. And literally, you don't want to spend more than 30 minutes on this. So there are lots of ideas inside there on how to, I keep lead magnets really, really simple. Mine are literally just a PDF document, which I create it in Word, or Google Docs, and then I literally just save as PDF, like so simple. I did pay for one time to format it to, like, I think I gave it to Fiverr, somebody on Fiverr to format it, but honestly speaking, it wasn't even the best performing one. So I was like, you know what, I don't even need to do this, just pure value. As long as there's value in it and it's the next step, people are gonna grab that freebie, and you can do it in less than 30 minutes. Inside the course, you also get a 30-day Legend license to TubeBuddy for free. So Legend is their highest license, where you're going to get the most amount of keywords that you're going to be shown and the most amount of suggestions for keywords. So you can absolutely test drive it for 30 days, absolutely free. You get a lot of other extended features such as A/B testing, like test one title against another, see which one performs better, and there's all sorts of advanced features on that. So you get that license for free for 30 days. You get full email scripts that you can copy as is and use for your business. So I just shared the 9-word email script with you. I have other scripts in my arsenal, guys. This is not the only one, and I'm going to be sharing. So this is not actually live in the course just yet, but it will be very, very soon, hopefully within the week. Further email scripts that you can use. You can literally just, it's like a swipe file. You can take it, copy it, substitute your business into the sections and send it off to your email subscribers. And these are all battle tested scripts. I've used them, they work, they bring in sales, clients, customers every single time. They're not salesy, they're not spammy ever. I never go that way, never ever. So there's lots and lots of things. So where are you going to go to take a look? Oh, well, first I have some screenshots for you. So the course curriculum. So the first module is just welcome and introduction, and I ask you to make 3 promises to me. So I'm going to hold you accountable right in the beginning here, okay? And then module 1 is all about YouTube optimization and branding. So, it's about just making sure that your channel looks good, it looks professional, and it looks like something people are going to be happy to be on. And you want to get your back end working right, because you don't want YouTube to mess up on their end. So you want to make sure it's optimized properly, all the back end and everything. Module 2 is about content strategy and keyword research. So this is where we get into the in-depth of the mechanics of the sweet spot strategy, and I also show you how to find these topics. So there are lots and lots of research methodologies that I use, and even though I tell you about all of them, you can just pick one, and if that works for you, you can stick to that one. But I give you all of them that I use inside, and you can choose which one you think is going to be the one that you want to go with. And then find keywords that way, and then use the tools that I've given you, and then put in the strategy in place. And that is how you're going to make sure that your topics are ranking every single time, guaranteed, without fail. Send me a screenshot. Okay. Module 3 is all about scripting. So keeping people engaged, making sure they stay all the way till the end to download your lead magnet. And also you can see up there how to create a lead magnet in under 30 minutes. And also lots of ideas for what kind of lead magnets you can create. Module 4 is filming and editing. I will use whatever equipment you have and show you how to make it work. So if you're just using a smartphone, I'll show you how to make videos with that. If you have DSLR cameras, I'll show you how to make a video with that. So it does not matter what your gear or equipment is. I will give you some suggestions to level up. If you want to purchase software, there's a gear guide in there. I don't know if it's showing in the screenshot or not, but it's right at the end. And you can grab that, and that's something that's going to help you with getting started with what you have and where you are, and when you decide to level up, you know what to buy. Then module 5 is upload and distribution. This is where you make sure that your videos are shared on social. So there's a particular way that I recommend sharing YouTube videos. Like, for example, if you just put the link on Facebook, you know that Facebook and YouTube are like mortal enemies, and your link is not going to be shown to a lot of people. So there's very specific strategies for every single platform. How to share on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on email, on blog, how to share your videos out in each of these platforms to maximize reach and to make sure people click through and watch your videos. And then module 6, which is coming up, is on analytics and insights. So it's not fully there yet, but it's I've made the presentation. I just have to put that up. So that's going to be up by Monday, hopefully. So that's all about reading YouTube analytics. And I mean, if you guys know that YouTube is owned by Google, so there's a ton of data coming in. How do you know which one to focus on? How do you know what not to focus on? How do you know like which insight is important and which is not, and how do you actually read the data? So all of that is going to go into that course. And I also have a section on FAQs. That's your questions. So anything you ask me over and over again, I'll just make a video on that, so you can always have that for reference. So that section is also in there. And then I have these bonus sections coming up, most probably in about a month's time. So bonus number 1 is going to be on advanced branding tactics. 6 questions that you need to ask to build your brand. I'm going to give you a framework to do this so that you can build a really, really solid brand and know what your values are and be able to communicate those values in every single communication you do. Not just videos, but in every single form of communication that you do. Bonus number 2 is in advanced email marketing. So all the scripts I talked about. So that's coming up. I'm going to share all of my scripts, all of my funnels, all of my automated emails, everything. I'm going to give everything to you, not holding anything back at all. And bonus number 3 is a social media scheduler. So what kind of content should you be creating 5 times a week that's going to keep on attracting your clients? So there's a very specific strategy. It's called the 5 C's, and there are specific content types that I recommend that you create, and I follow the strategy, and I'm going to show you how to work it. So where do you want to go? Yes, there will be a Facebook group for sharing and support. It's not set up just yet. So once, I think I'm going to do this next week. So this course has been made after being battle tested with actual people, real clients who've gotten real results. You saw some of my clients in the chat today. There's Robert in there. There's Bruno in there. So I'm really, really stoked about how these people are working it and they're putting in the effort. And I just want to show you some of Robert's results. So Robert was saying that and I really love this because Roberts took the program and then he was able to knock out 1 video out the first week of August in 8 hours. And then on Monday, for the first time, he says, I batch recorded 2 videos. And that's such an amazing feeling, to have those videos ready. And in the last 30 days, he says he's picked up 23 new subscribers to his email list. And Robert is saying, I have no clue what happened, but Robert, we know what happened, right? You're making amazing videos. People are loving your content. People are jumping on email with you to get your cover letter templates, and that's the way it is. It's logical. It's very process driven. It's very flowy, and people love you. And now you know what to do with those 23 contacts that you have. Bruno, I love when Bruno said module 4 is pure gold, a treat for me, and now I know why my instinct told me to join this course. It took him 3 seconds. Can you guys beat that? It took him 3 seconds to join after the email. He just read the first 2 lines and he was in. And Bruno was amazing. Bruno is amazing. He's got a great product, a great idea, a great business, and I can't wait to see where it goes. Penny, hi, I just wanted to say thanks for the coaching session. She wrote pages and pages of notes and knew this would be a great course, but both the material and our interactions are blowing me away. It's 1,000 times more useful than I ever imagined. And Mark is saying, I really have to echo Penny's comments. I've already received far more value than I paid for. Yes, Olga, it is lifetime access, and you can absolutely go at your own pace. So once you're in, and it's even better than lifetime access because I'm actually only going to improve the course. So I'm not actually ever, it's not, never going to go away. It's just going to keep on getting better and better. And wow, Robert, 108 on his email list now. There's proof right in the chat right now, you guys. I am loving this. I'm loving this. Robert, thank you so much for sharing. 108 people on his email list. And Robert, how long has it been now? Has it been 3 months? I think it's been about 3 months since you started, right? And that is fantastic. That is such an awesome, awesome response. Lizette wrote me a really long email, or rather Facebook message. I'm just going to quote from this. She's saying, I've taken tons of courses and programs, so I don't say it lightly when I say that Salma's program ranks at the top in value, ease, and even fun. Thank you so much, Lizette. You rock. John Admore, I can't even read this because it's so small on my screen, but John is saying, I took it and changed everything from my perspective to my attitude, to my approach, to my delivery. It gave me the tools I needed to get noticed. And then he also said, thank you for a great coaching session. This has been and continues to be the greatest course I've ever been, and I've been in a lot. So you can see that these guys, this is not the first time that they've purchased. So this is not the first time they're taking an online course. I have put in all of my effort and work into it because I believe in just sharing and giving lots and lots of value. So it is really valuable. So I'm really happy that people are finding value in it. And wow, Kenny, thank you so much for joining. Amazing, amazing. I just want to say that you guys are already rock stars for believing in yourself and wanting to start and investing in this, because I believe that what you're doing is building up an asset, really. Miket, when she started in week 1, she made more headway in knowing what her messaging should be, because week 1 is, remember, all about branding. And she says, I know what message I should focus on than everything else I've ever done over the last 12 months. Amazing. So it's like instant value and just instant insight for so many people as soon as they join in. So I want to address some FAQs. Can I take this course even if I'm not an expert? So there's 2 kinds of people who would be a good fit. If you're an expert and you can share your most valuable content on YouTube, then absolutely this course is going to be helpful. If you're not yet an expert, then what I would advise is that you share your journey. That's exactly how I got started on YouTube. I wasn't an expert in YouTube or video marketing when I first started. And so what I did was I started to share things as I learned them, as I learned about branding, and as I learned about like thumbnail design, as I experimented. Every time something worked, I got on video and shared that. So if you're not an expert, share your journey and people will relate to you and they're going to follow you. And yes, the course is going to absolutely work for you as well. So can I take this course even if I don't have a YouTube channel yet? Absolutely yes. You can take it because I actually show you how to set up a channel, and the course will show you not just how to set one up, but how to do it optimally so that it's professional, it looks good. When people land on your channel, they get a good impression. Olga, yay! Thank you for coming in. You are enrolled. Awesome, awesome work, Olga. That is so, so amazing. Ta, thank you for joining. Hi, she's asking if a replay of this live stream will be available. Yes, it will. If you are registered and you're here, I will send you a replay link in your email. So absolutely, yes. Wow, Robert, I just saw your comment. Bash recorded 4 videos for the first time 10 days ago. You are a rock star, my friend, Robert. You are killing it. You are killing it. Amazing, amazing. I am so, so happy to hear that, to see that, to read that. Really, really awesome work. If you're thinking, will it work in my niche? So I've worked with people in niches as diverse as psychotherapy, marriage counseling, app development, parenting, career development, personal growth, athletics, sports, hair salon, pizza restaurant, believe it or not, health coaching, and so many more. It will work if you put in the work. Isn't that true for everything, right? It'll work if you put in the work. YouTube cares about what the audience will watch. So if you're actually creating videos that are valuable to your audience, then it will work. If you're creating crap content, then it won't work. So you've got to be good and you've got to keep getting better. So that's when it's going to work. And yeah, I was going to open up for Q&A, but you guys are asking a lot of questions, which I've already answered. So what I'm going to do instead, I'm going to get on screen here and I'm going to actually go through this chat, hi, and just say thank you to everyone for being on the chat, and also I want to take 1 second to especially welcome everybody who has just signed up for the course. I'm so excited that you're here. I'm so stoked that you have thought that you are valuable and that you are committed and that you want to do this, because that really is the first step. Start before you're ready, right? And even if you are ready, just take action right away. So really stoked. Olga has joined in. Kenny joined in. I'm trying to scroll up here, and I'm like seeing if oh my God, my chat is like all weirded out right now. So what is happening right now, guys, is that the link to the course is in the description, and the link to the coupon code is also, or the actual coupon code is also in the description. And since both those things are in there, and this video is, you have the link, and I'm going to send you the replay as well. If you are still unsure about whether you even want to do YouTube or not, then you're not ready. Like, even though I say start before you're ready, but really, if you're thinking you want to do it in the future at some point, then absolutely yes, go ahead and grab it, right? But if you are unsure of whether you even want to or not, then maybe spend the next 30 hours really soul searching and see if this is the direction that makes sense for you to go into, and think about all the things I've said about building that brand value, so that you're not going to people looking for work, they're coming to you. Literally all the brands that I worked with, all the brand sponsorships that I did, all the training content that I do for brands, they're coming to me, and they all start off their emails by saying, we saw you on YouTube. We saw your YouTube channel. We love your channel. Just like when you saw in the emails with Mark, right? So it's really important to put in that work, to give value, to become credible, so that you can become profitable. I had a great time on this stream with you guys. Such amazing questions, amazing comments, and amazing interaction. This was truly fun for me to do. And I'm so happy for everybody who showed up here and who asked questions and who wants to learn and is committed to their own learning. So I'm going to sign off now, and I'm going to see you guys in the replay. Thank you so much for joining once again. Take care and have a great weekend. Bye.